Hello everybody, Kaito here, and today we will talk about Phantasy Star Online 2, or PSO2 in short. So what is PSO2 overall? PSO2 is a sci-fi MMORPG made by Sega, which is out in Japan since 2012. In the same year they announced it will come to the West. But since then, nothing really came. But last year, Sega finally announced that PSO2 will finally come to the West on Xbox One and PC, and USA and Canada only. So, the European players, like me, aren't allowed to play for now. But why did it took so long? What's wrong with Sega and not releasing this masterpiece of an MMORPG? Yeah, I can say it because I played it when it came out in Japan. The answer is nobody really knows. There was once an English version even before the official announcement of the Western localization of PSO2. But this was an Southeast Asia version only and had an IP block for every other countries. There was one day when the IP block was not in, and the game was so full you cannot even imagine. For myself, I couldn't even get in because the servers couldn't handle that many players. This version is of course closed now. So since 2017 there is no real English version anymore. You can still play the fan-made English translated version on the Japanese server, but this is not what this video is about. You can enter, by the way, now yourself for the closed beta, but only on Xbox One and only US and Canada players. Sega also stated that the Xbox and PC version of the Western release will also have an IP block. So European players still cannot play this game, despite the fact that the Xbox One is the totally wrong console for a JRPG, but letting out the European players is just a no-go. It would be a much more intelligent move if they would release the PS4 and/or Nintendo Switch version in the West. There's not even an Xbox One version existing in Japan. This version is really only made for the US and Canadian players. Don't get me wrong, but I guess I know what is happening here. Sega probably made also English voice acting for the game. Unnecessary in my opinion for an MMORPG. So this is already a money waster somehow. Next thing is that many players will probably not switch the servers in the US and Canada. Why? Many people already have spent many hours on the Japanese server with the English patch, and I think the biggest part of you don't want to start over again. So after the launch of the game, not many players will be on the server. So they wasted money for English voice acting and for US servers and also for localization, production of copies and so on. You know the drill. I give this game a year, probably. Then the servers will be closed and Sega will state that there is no interest in the game for the West. Which also means, or would mean, they will never release it in Europe. So what would that mean in short? Sega wants this game to fail. Why? I don't know. We all could only rely on rumors that we can hear online, but this is something I would not do. Don't get me wrong. I hope you are not misunderstand me here. This is just a conclusion and speculation, not what really will happen. I just try to predict what could happen. The things are just summing up too good. They're releasing it on a console which is really weak with JRPGs. Again, an IP block for other countries. That really late release, so many people would probably not go to a localized server and much more. I cannot of course guarantee that the game will have English voice acting, but this all would come up well to Sega's localization scheme. Other games already had similar experiences. The next thing why this MMORPG will probably fail is that it eventually cannot compete against the big MMORPGs in the West. Yeah, I talk about World of Warcraft, Elder Scrolls Online and Final Fantasy XIV. This is always a hard hurdle, but other MMORPGs can somehow make it too, like Ragnarok Online. Still, please don't get me wrong, I know I repeat myself, but this is important. I really would hope that this game will not fail, because I would love to see an official European version. But from the looks and how they are promoting it and how they treat other players from different countries, I only see a really black future for this game. All this is of course my speculation and a guess and not something that really will happen. So, this is my opinion, my speculation, my guess for the PSO2 Western localization dilemma. What do you think about it? Let's hear your guesses. Post it in the comments below. But for now, I only can say thank you everybody so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe so I can grow, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye and see you soon!